driver of sales. Good morning to you, MMMers, masterminders, fast trackers. How are you this morning? So here's a fascinating thing. In certain markets, I'm not going to say this is true of every market, right? But especially in a lot of information based markets where what you're selling is information, uh, but even outside of information based businesses, curiosity can be a huge driver of sales. It's interesting that even with all the information that we have, the YouTube and everything else under the sun, people are still insatiably curious. And good morning to you. How are you? So people are still insatiably curious. And the thing that makes me good morning to you. The thing that makes me fascinated is you can take two letters, two sales letters for the same thing, and one of them is just curiosity based, meaning that you're not really revealing exactly what it is, how it's done, and everything. And then the other one is like plain Jane, here's what it is. And people will buy the curiosity one and not the other one. I'm going to give you an example. My current pitch offer for the MMM newsletter is at Marlon's News, MARLONS news.com/imagine. Now, this is not a curiosity based pitch. Yeah, I've always been curious. Yeah, most an awful lot of people are, right? And so it's not a curiosity based pitch. And so our sales haven't been of it as strong as I want. And on the one hand, that's disappointing to me because it's a straightforward problem solution. What I know is people don't make nearly as much money as they could because they're distracted, they're not focused, they're overwhelmed, and they don't focus on a model that works. They get distracted by just BS offers, right? I mean, let's just call it like it is. And so, MMM newsletter and system, gold, what I call gold. I have a basic MMM silver. That's just the newsletter. The MMM gold includes a lot of other benefits, right? Including a members area and other things. So with the archives and so forth. So anyway, um, but it, I didn't, I didn't play the curiosity card, and the next rendition of it, I will. And it's just interesting to me. So if you have an offer, you might want to test two versions of it. One is something that's going to make people, wow, really, really curious before they buy. How does he do that? How's he going to get that result? What's this going to be like? I mean, that's why like Red Ribbon opened here in San Antonio. It's a Filipino store. The first Filipino pastry shop we have. My wife is Filipino, right? And so, tons of people are going there right now. Why? The Filipinos, because they're curious. They're curious about this new store. Now, it's very famous in the Philippines, so they know what it's like in the Philippines, but they don't know what the one in San Antonio is like. So, tons of people are going at the store opening, which is typical, right? Curiosity supplies to many things other than just information, but I teach people how to sell information products. It's one of the things that I do. And so specifically in information products, not always, it depends on your customer, but a lot of times they're very, very, very much driven by curiosity. In fact, there's a thing called blind ads, and blind ads simply mean they don't reveal anything about the method. It's all 100% curiosity based. And especially in business opportunity markets, blind ads work really well. Now, when you're selling curiosity, you typically use a lot of bullet points because, for example, uh, when you have an opt-in page, you should have a picture or a video, right? Wrong. And that makes people curious. Well, why not? What should you have? And so forth. So these are called bullet points. If you think of like, I don't even know if it's still a thing or if they have it at the stores. I haven't really looked at magazines store in a long time, but the old days you had Cosmopolitan magazine. Cosmopolitan magazine had the best bullet points on the cover that would make you really curious, right? Like, what not to say to your man in an argument or whatever. They just had all of these curiosity invoking bullet points, right? And they were a great example of how to do it in marketing. The more specific your offer to prospects' interest, the more it will draw them in. Well, that is true also. Um, so curiosity is a huge driver of sales. So when you're making your offer, your sales letter, your video, your webinar, whatever you're using to convert to get sales, try having two. One of them that gets people's curiosity, right? That's aimed at curiosity, and the other one that's just straight like problem solution. Now it depends on your audience. And what I mean by that is Dan Kennedy's audience that he used to sell to. If you've been around a long time, you know about Dan Kennedy. He would do problem solution, and it was like semi-blind. Like he didn't reveal the methods, but he would somewhat. So you knew what you were buying, right? So it was like, it still played on curiosity, but it wasn't like 100% blind. And so as you watch sales offers, sales pitches, webinars, things, think about how much is actually revealed here of the mechanism that's getting the result. Is the mechanism hidden? Is it partially revealed? Or is it fully revealed? And this could make a really big difference in your sales. I mean, a really, really big difference. My best sellers are typically don't reveal a lot, like the strange ritual, the secret honeypot, and so forth. And again, the reason is because for my audience, they're very much curiosity driven. Now, yours may or may not be. I suspect it probably is, maybe more than you think. And you don't know until you try a sales letter. In the old days, for those of you who are old school, Gary Halbert had some great newsletters on how to write bullet points. And the bullet points aroused curiosity. And so this is the technique or the method. If you don't know how to do that, it's in my salescopy.com course. So let me pop over here to a couple of my groups and see who's on, see what our comments are. Let's see if I can pop over here. I'll go ahead and pull this up so you can see what's going on here. We'll hop over to Facebook. All right, let's pop in over here to my MMM system. This is my MMM subscribers. Let's see what we got going on over here. I should be live over here. Okay, here I am. All right, no comments yet. All right, and then let's check our mastermind. Hold on here. Give me 1 second here. Come on now. You're supposed to, let me just go back to home then. All right. Let's pull this up. Just so you know, in the MMM, I will have some live streams in there that are exclusive to MMM. So if you're not a subscriber, it's inexpensive, and you really do get a lot of benefits. Again, it's at marlonsnews.com/imagine. Oh, okay, there's Joe today. Hey, David, how are you doing, man? So good morning, Joe. Good morning, David. Hope you all are doing good. And so curiosity is a huge driver of sales. If you want to know more about this, there are TJ Rowleader has some good books on it. One of them is, I'll just tell you what, I'll just bring it up on screen here. I think I've maybe talked about it before, but he's got a number of good books. But this one is called TJ. Let's see here. He's got How to Get Super Rich in the Opportunity Market 1 and 2. I prefer this one, number 1. Although number 2 is certainly good, but I think number 1 for me was the better of the two, although they're both good. But this really explains an awful lot about, especially in the business opportunity market, the psychology, how it works, how people think, how you maybe think. If you've been a business opportunity seeker and you jump from thing to thing to thing and you buy all these different opportunities, it's probably how you think. So you can learn a lot about yourself by reading the book. All right, so that's what I have for you today is when you're generating leads on Facebook, when you're writing sales letters, when you're doing things, think about curiosity. Notice and observe and look at the marketplace, what's working, how much curiosity is driving sales or not driving sales. Again, it depends on your audience and depends on your market. But overall, curiosity is normally a big driver of sales, and it can make a huge difference in your lead generation, your sales, your attendance at webinars. A lot of people don't attend a webinar unless they're really curious. Same thing about lead generation. They don't request your free report unless they're really freaking curious about it. So this is a really important thing to use and understand. All right, you all have a great day, and I will see you all tomorrow. Let me see if I have any other comments. I've lost patience with hour-long seminars. All right, fair enough. Yeah, I think it just depends if it's on a topic that you really want to learn about or not, for the most part. All right, guys. By the way, in the MMM, I show you. I'll be showing you how to get summaries of videos in one click. So instead of having to watch the whole webinar, you can get an outline of the whole webinar in one click. So, all right, guys. I'll see you all later.